Paul and Pat, every Sunday morning. Doing podcasts for you. You'll get golf tips and news. Off the tour, the review. Come and join us, have some fun.
Hi everybody, this is Paul and Pat's podcast. Again, we're back in Timmendorf. It's number 26 this time. You got it wrong last week, did you notice? I got it right for the first time ever. Cheers, Pat.
Cheers.
It's warm again, as you can see. It's we're sweating our nuts off again.
It's good though, isn't it?
No,
You don't think so?
no.
You
Do you remember the podcast back in
the
winter
snow?
on the snow? Weren't they great? These are boring. It's just too hot.
I like the one in Florida though.
Oh, yeah,
it's a
okay,
bit
it was hot
warmer
there as
too,
well. Yeah,
so
you're right, actually.
We just
Yeah.
need a pool. That'd be good.
Yeah, we don't have one. Well, we've got a big one
thing.
over there called the Baltic Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should maybe do one from there.
We're going to
Anyway.
do a podcast from the Baltic Sea next week. All right, so what's been happening, Pat? What's going on this week?
To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good job.
I've
Excellent.
been on.
So we're missing out on the tour this week.
I've been on the Baltic Sea all week, and I've been teaching a lot too. So.
Yeah. Well, that's
And-
something new then, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
At last,
Yeah.
it's getting busy.
Right. You found it getting busy. Awesome. Yeah.
It's near
Okay.
the end
well,
of the year, but anyway.
all right. So on the tour, you've no clue what's going on. Well, just look on www.europeantour.com and www.pgatour.com and inform yourself, for God's sake. You know, what's wrong with you? Okay. Good. Well, excellent. That's nice then. So
Yeah.
we're not talking about the tour. What we are talking about is
Wedges.
Wedges. Actually, you got wet last week. You soaked you last week, didn't you? So,
Yeah. So.
no, is that why you tied him to those two things?
Yeah, I did.
Right, okay. So we're going to talk about wedges.
I know he's dropping everything.
Drop the
My
student of the
God.
week. Student of the week's Uta, by the way, who's not now visible. Right, so we've got wedges. So why have you got some wedges? You're doing the podcast this week, so we've got wedges. Good job. So what we're going to do?
Well, we were talking about, we just got these Callaway wedges in my hand, and we were talking about bounces and, you know, the thickness of the lower part of the club and so forth, and we thought it was very interesting in what, you know, if you should have a C grind, if you shouldn't, what the C grind is for, and so forth. And obviously the C grind is there for opening the golf club, right?
Yeah.
So if you open the golf club and the C grind is obviously, you know, grinded off at the back here, so when you open it up, the bounce doesn't get bigger. It
Right,
stays the
right.
same.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's supposed to make you not spin the ball
Hey,
or
what are you
whatever.
doing? Stop it.
They,
Right, okay, I mean, we were just discussing earlier about how, you know, first of all, do you need to open the club face? Because that's what the C grind is there for. So that when you open the club face, the bounce doesn't increase. And, you know, so I've got my wedges here from Titleist, and I've obviously chosen wedges that don't have a C grind, which I think is pretty interesting. And you've got a Callaway wedge there with C grind. So who should then have C grind?
people need to open the club face in order for maybe to compensate.
What are you doing? Stop it.
They
Can't
they'll
concentrate.
for God's sake.
Right.
People who maybe don't have a perfect technique, who need to compensate for something in their swing, like me maybe.
Right, you. Well, exactly, yeah.
See, I like to open it up, and I find it
You
works.
can't get it up, everybody.
And I find it works quite well. But see, Paul
Gets it up.
thinks he's got a good technique and doesn't need to use the C grind to open the club face up.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a contest in a minute who does
All
a
right,
better.
Good job. Okay. So it's interesting that you asked me earlier, you know, when do you open the club face? Because sometimes I do open the club face, obviously. I open the club face in the sand, and then you asked me earlier about Bermuda grass, which I think was a really interesting comment, you know, because we do open the face in sand, and if you go down, if you play in Florida, or if you play in Spain, you're going to be using that sort of thick grass. That's called Bermuda grass, that sort of thick grass where the blades of grass are really thick. And yes, we do open the face there, but the thing is, it doesn't really matter, because I want the extra bounce. That's why I open the face. I don't open the face for more loft. I open the face for extra bounce. And that's different. And in the bunker, by the way, you open the face because your hands are low. Now, it's a bit complicated, but If you drop the club down, the club face is actually pointing to the left, so you have to open it a little bit so it's straight, if that makes sense. So in sand and Bermuda grass, yes, I open the face, but not for the loft, for different reasons.
Why do your hands need to be lower though?
Because I want my swing plane to be flatter, so I get my center of gravity really low and swing flatter. So again, it's nothing to do with really getting the ball up. It's to do with other factors, which I think is really interesting. So let's go ahead and hit a few lob shots.
All right. Maybe we should hit them
over Sven. Good job, right? Let's do that. We've got chairs.
I might pin one. Not on purpose, obviously.
All right. So why don't you go ahead and show me what you do?
See me here?
I can see you, yeah.
That's good. So I'll hit one with a really open face. And I'm obviously not going to thin any of these because I don't want to hurt Sven.
Sven. Did you just top it?
Yes,
I think you topped it live on the internet.
I just wanted to thin it.
Okay.
Nearly. Well,
Okay. Right, can you try not losing all these balls, thinning them at Sven?
Okay, I'll hit a normal lob shot then.
Okay, that was pretty good. Okay, well, I mean, the way I play a lob shot is basically not really to open the face, because I don't think you need to do it. I put the ball forwards, get it way forwards on my left heel, put my sternum more left, so I've got the club actually hanging back a little bit. So I just do that to the camera over there. So I've actually got a lob shot more like this. But I've not actually twisted the face. It's not
the club
open.
face is still open though, just in a different way.
Well, it depends what you call open,
Well,
but
if
it's
you
not
think-
open. Open will be that, right?
But that's the club face is opening
It's
in
I've
the
got more loft.
sense that a club face is aiming right. But if you lean the club back, you still have more loft. So surely
Right.
it's still open, isn't it?
it depends what your terminology
Well-
is, but yes, it is. I'm adding loft to the face, yeah.
Okay.
But because I've got the ball way left, which I think a lot of people don't really do, and also when you got the ball left to have your sternum sort of forwards, which a lot of people don't either, I think that's the thing. And also the way I release the club, which is the reason I think the straight face is better. I release it this way and have the face basically swing back towards me rather than shut it down. Then I really don't think you need to twist the face to open it. So you just cross your legs there, maybe, in case I thin one. That's good. That's good. Although you don't use that thing there anyway.
So, you know that Al Mickelson explained it at Lob Shot?
Yeah.
He does open the club face a lot.
He does, yeah.
And then he holds it off when he goes through.
Yeah, but I mean, surely if you give that as a tip to normal golfers, open the club face and hold it off. I mean,
Tough, isn't it?
the fact is for me, just opening the club face means I'm going to offer the ball less room to hit it, and I'm bringing the hosel near to. I mean, so sorry about that. A few technical problems again. Anyway, we were just really saying, if you open the club face, there's just less face for the ball to hit, right?
Right.
So I mean, it's just too risky. So, conclusion is.
Conclusion, it's the safer shot if you take your hands back. You still add loft to the shot. If for some reason you can't play that shot and you have bad technique like me, then you open the club face.
Sven, I think you really hurt him this time.
Of course I
He
did.
looked dead. Awesome. Well, maybe we can go and get a golf buggy and bury him somewhere, and we'll look after this body, and we'll see you next week. Keep practicing your wedges, and next week the Sven and Paul podcast, I think.
Awesome.
Right, good job. Yeah.